Simulating mineral resource block listings for narrow tabular gold deposits. Geological and mining block models are key to mine planning. However, these block models are not available in the public domain, and this makes researching various aspects of mine planning difficult. This paper focuses on the process of simulating block lists for Mponeng and Kusasalethu gold mines as part of a study on the South African mineral resource royalties and its impact on cut-off grades. This map shows the position of Mponeng and Kusasalethu gold mines. They are deep-level gold mines located in the WITS portion of the Witwatersrand. This is the published grade tonnage curve for Kusasalethu gold mine. It shows the distribution of the Ventersdorp contact reef within various grade categories. If a resource cut-off grade of 8.3 grams per ton is applied to this grade tonnage curve, it can be observed that there will be 8.1 million tons above this cut-off grade, and the average grade of the blocks above the cut-off grade would be 10.9 grams per ton. First step in simulating these grade tonnage curves and the underlying block listings is to profile the grade tonnage curve. Measurements are taken at regular grade intervals. For Mponeng and Kusasalethu mines, 1 gram per ton intervals were selected. The next step of the process involves using distributing fitting software, either software like Palisade at Risk, or in this case, Risk Simulator 2023 was used. Gold grades are typically considered non-log normal, but maybe 2 or 3 parameter log normal in the Witwatersrand reefs. The tonnage of the blocks to be populated are split into measured and inferred categories, and the size of these blocks for these two categories was obtained from the annual reports, along with the stoping width and the density for the ore bodies. For both Mponeng and Kusasalethu mines, the measured resource blocks are stated to be 30 by 30 meters, whilst the indicated resource blocks are stated to be 60 by 60 meters. Once the profile has been obtained, tonnages can be allocated into each grade category. This is the allocation for Mponeng and the resultant grade tonnage curve. It can be observed that the distribution is bimodal because there are 2 ore bodies that have been declared as this mine's resource, these being the Ventersdorp contact reef and the Carbon Leader reef. Comparisons are drawn between the different grade categories and the tonnages. It can be observed that there are slight over allocations and under allocations across the distribution. However, most of these differences are relatively small, with the largest being 4% in the 18.5 gram per ton category. It is thought that these variances are due to the bimodal effect of the distribution due to the 2 ore bodies. In Kusasalethu mine, 2 approaches were tested. The first was to create a distribution for the entire grade range, and in this case a log normal distribution would be appropriate. If a resource cutoff is applied and the allocation only occurs to the blocks above the resource cutoff grade, then an exponential distribution appears more appropriate. The two distributions were tested, and this is the resultant grade tonnage curves using either a log normal distribution or the exponential distribution. And then to determine which one was more appropriate, the differences between the different grade categories was considered. For the log normal distribution, there is a very large over allocation in the 8.5 gram per ton category, with a 25% over allocation. And then in the 10.5 and 11.5 gram per ton categories, there's a 10 to 15% under allocation. Using the exponential distribution, the effects of these over and under allocations are less drastic, but there's still a clear over allocation in the 8.5 and 9.5 grade per ton categories, and an under allocation in the 10.5 to 14.5 gram per ton grades categories. It is, however, considered that this is a better fit than using the log normal distribution. For conclusions, simulating block listings is not ideal for research. However, considering that mines do not publish the block listings and all that is available is the published grade tonnage curves, a workaround had to be determined to address these shortcomings. Generally, it would be considered that log normal distributions would be appropriate for the gold grade distributions in the Witwatersrand gold mines. However, the two mines presented in this paper show that this is not always the best approach. Mponeng and Kusasalethu gold mines present unique challenges because Mponeng has two distinct ore bodies, but it is only represented by a single grade tonnage curve in the published mineral resource and reserve documents. And the log normal distribution poorly approximates Kusasalethu's grade tonnage due to applying a resource cutoff grade, and in this case the exponential distribution worked better. It was found that this approach worked for its intended purposes. However, these simulated block lists lack spatial information, which will make them unsuitable for some mine research. It is important to compare the simulated block lists to the original to check if the grade distributions affect the research findings in any material way. In this particular research project, various options were tested to ensure that where the focus of the research was, these differences would not be material. Thank you for watching.